A poor shot from Chirag Suri, you've got to say. New man in, CP Rizwan, taking guard. We said Chirag Suri had been patient. Prepare for more of the same from CP Rizwan.
Yeah, Chirag Suri had done all the hard work. Just lapsed with a loose waft outside off stump, and it's accounted for him. Brings to the wicket another player who doesn't mind going slowly at the top of his innings. Expect some watchful stuff from CP Rizwan here.
He's on strike. Karen KC into bowl. CP Rizwan is up and running. First ball, running it down to third man for a single. We said the UAE rode their luck at times this morning, putting on that 50 partnership for the first wicket. They were a bit out of sorts, but they looked, as you said, Paul, to have got themselves over the hump. But now Nepal 2 quick wickets, they'll be very pleased.
Yeah, they're back in the game, aren't they, Nepal?
Driven nicely from Richard Arvind, well stopped. Mid-wicket, no run.
Yeah, I think they'd have been a little bit aggrieved, Nepal, the fact that their hard work and good work with the new ball didn't bring any rewards. 66 for 2, probably a much better reflection of how things have gone, actually. Now, can UAE rebuild after that? They've had struggles, top order and middle order as well, over the past couple of weeks. Short ball from Karen KC. No trouble at all for Vritti Aravind. Vritti Aravind been in prime touch over the past couple of months for UAE, but he's coming into this game off 2 single-figure scores in his last 2 games.
You saying he's lost it, Paul?
I did get the impression, actually, that he was got out in the past 2 games rather than him giving it away, so you'd think his form should still be there.
Yeah, he made a dazzling century, didn't he, in Sharjah? In the previous series. UAE captain Ahmed Raza will hope he can do the same here. 1 ball left in this 19th over. Karen KC, a big breakthrough. The first ball, and just a single since then. And a dot to finish. Brilliant from Karen KC. 1 run from the over and the wicket of Chirag Suri. His figures are 1 for 17 from 6 now. Been brilliant from Karen KC. Very impressive indeed. He gets pats on the back from his teammates. Good decision from Sandeep Lamachani to stick with him. He got his reward. You've seen the Nepal bowlers so far. Bikram Sob, new face in the side today. In terms of this series, none for 20. Sampal Kami not for 15. He bowled very well at the start. It's unlucky not to have put some numbers in that wicket column. Karen KC and Sandeep Lamachani picked up a wicket apiece. Lamachani will continue into his 5th over. 1 for 13. His figures so far. Rizwan on strike. Very deep in his crease, Rizwan.
That was really noticeable, that, wasn't it, Barney? Concerned for him that he's going to step on his stumps there if it goes any further back. He was right back on them.
And again as well, wonder if there was an edge there. And the pool fielders seem to react as if there might have been. Hard to tell from there. Back live, Rizwan into the offside. It's no run to backward point. Three balls left in this 20th over. Rizwan on strike to Lamichhane. Again, deep in his crease, Rizwan. Maybe it's a sign that he's not picking out the hand. He's looking to pick it off the pitch because he's gone very, very deep in the crease. Forward that time, prodding, no run. Very good from Lamichhane.
I feel as though CP Rizwan should have a chance at picking Lamichhane because he's got a box of tricks himself with bowling leg spin, but I think fair to say they both got different methods when it comes to delivering their leg spin, Lamichhane and CP Rizwan.
Dot ball to finish, maiden. Good stuff again from Lamichhane, the Nepal captain. 1 for 13 from his 5 overs. UAE 66 for 2 after 20. CP Rizwan of Richard Aravind, 2 new men at the crease. That was from earlier in the over, and you can see it got the under edge of CP Rizwan's bat onto the thigh of the wicketkeeper, nearly popped up to slip. We thought the Nepal players looked interested, for good reason. Karen KC is going to come out of the attack. It's going to be Dipindra Singh Irie with some off breaks. Slip still in place. Long on out. Man out a square leg and a man out at cover as well on the boundary. That is the man at cover, Karen KC, who'll do the fielding. Just a single to start the over. Driven nicely. Good fielding. Down low to his Libya, Oman and the UAE were playing, and this one. You have to really target your bowlers and pick your moments. Maybe the UAE will see an opportunity in the bowling for Dipindra Singh Irie. Another single. Paran again doing the fielding at mid-off. I think about a second. It'll just be one. You go along with that, Paul? Picking your moments, picking your bowlers, and maybe Dipindra Singh Irie is one of them. Let's see the final ball. This over, turned leg side. 5 singles from the over, 71 for 2 after 21.
Yeah, Dipindra Singh Irie's done well lately with the ball for Nepal, so yeah, I'm not sure he's the obvious guy to take on. I think it might be more a case of just trying to keep building a platform here for UAE and then attack the late overs, by which time you'd assume The seamers won't be getting as much movement as they were earlier in the day. There's going to be a change of bowler now here. It's going to be Arif Sheikh taking over from Sandeep Lamachani. So we're going to see some gentle seamers here. This could be the guy you're talking about, Barney, in terms of targeting a bowler.
Singhari was a bit scattergun with his first. Didn't look threatening. Knocked about comfortably by the UAE. I feel like this might just be a moment for these two to get nicely settled.
Trouble with hitting back is, and trying to take the game to Nepal, is that it's not really CP Rizwan's game, especially not early in his innings. Obviously it's definitely Fritzi Aravin's game. So I think they need him on strike as much as possible here.
Arif Sheikh bowled well against Papua New Guinea when Nepal got over the line with a 2-wicket win against PNG. Took 1 for 18 from his 6. He seemed very suited to Sharjah. Slow and low, keeper up at the stumps, targeting the stumps. He was very Papua New Guinea-like in his approach in terms of the way they go about their business.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think Nepal summed it quickly as well. Gave Arif different challenge for him today.
Big appeal, not given. Sounded like it might have been a bit of bat.
In fact, the umpire's body language suggested leg side as well. Might have been leg side because, like you said, Barney, came off the inside edge. It's not a bad shout.
Aravind using his feet to come down the wicket. Just guiding it to third man for a single. Ball got caught in the sun there. Vinod Bandari caught a bit off guard by that return. It was safe enough. See Richard Aravind coming at the bowler before. That was a couple of deliveries ago. LBW appeal. It's a bit high. Didn't look like there was much going for that. One ball left in the 22nd over. Just 1 run so far from Arif Sheikh's opening over. Rizwan on strike. Outside half of the bat, run down to third man. 2 singles from the over. Good start from Arif Sheikh.
It was a good start, wasn't it? We were mentioning about the fact that he was well suited to Sharjah. You know, he could bowl at the stumps. The ball might shoot through low. And it'd be difficult to get away anyway. And this is the challenge he's got here with more grass on the wicket and a little bit more movement. But he started very well. Looks like a versatile bowler. Dipendra Singh Irie will continue from the other end. Despite, as Barney mentioned, the ease with which he was played by these 2 UAE batters in his first over.
Arif Sheikh and Dipendra Singh Irie will essentially make up the 5th bowler between them. And gone, Dipendra Singh Irie. We thought, well, I said UAE might want to target him. Well, you rightly pointed out, Paul, he's much more of a threat than his first over suggested. Round the wicket, angling it away from CP Rizwan, who's driving. Outside edge and a good catch from Binod Bandari.
Yes, the angle that's done for CP Rizwan here. It's gone on with the arm, hasn't turned back at all. Flicked the outside edge, well taken by Binod Bandari at the wickets. We have a change to the established order. CP Rizwan, you see is crossing there with Rohan Mustafa. Just coming into bat, we thought it would be Alishan Sharafu, another teenage batter to join British Arabian, but it's not. It's Rohan Mustafa who scored a brilliant 88 2 days ago. CP Rizwan's got to go. 4 of 13 deliveries. UAE, after the bright start they made, are stalling. 73 for 3.
Yeah, Nepal have done well to stick with it. Fairly fortunate earlier on. 57 for the first wicket. Since then, all the fortune has gone Nepal's way. And they've got their reward for the early pressure. Ram Mustafa, the new man in, he was slated to come in as 7, as Paul said, below Alishan Sharafu and Basil Hamid. So he's up at 5. Response to the situation from Raza, UAE captain, and their think tank. Harry round the wicket to Ram Mustafa. Dot ball to start.
Yeah, he got 88 a couple of days ago. Ram Mustafa, one of the best innings he's ever played for the UAE, I'd say. The nature of it, backs to the wall. Had a 70-odd run partnership with the 10th wicket with Zahor Khan, who contributed just 2 to it. And he's got a habit of doing well against Nepal as well. Rohan Mustafa knows the opposition very well.
Full streaky. The inside edge of Ram Mustafa's bat. He survives.
Much like CP Rizwan playing for turn that wasn't there. It came back with the angle. Came back with the arm actually. Went off the inside edge. He was lucky there, Mustafa.
Jarvind on strike now. Driving firmly down the ground and crisply. Jarvind picks up a single, 75 for 3. Pinder Singh Irie with an important breakthrough in that over. These top order concerns have continued.
The issue is for UAE that it's top and middle order. They know they've got quality in their top 3. The middle order, 4 and 5, have been an issue for them as well. The top 3, they know they've got quality. They've just been misfiring lately. But I think there's questions that haven't been answered over the course of the past couple of series that have been played in quick succession here in Dubai and Sharjah. They're still none the wiser as to what their best players at number 4 and 5 are. Good again from Arif Sheikh. He's made a great start here. Keep it up to the stumps. It's over.
मैले हालेकै कुन मेरो सर पनि हुन्छ क्या
हुन्थ्यो नि
मेरो त सरुवा मेरो त यहाँ कुमानले सही गरेर नमानेर कुमान मान्नु त माने
Good
अनि
move.
पहिला पछि चाहिँ यो बिसिन बिगारी हो कि नमाने
Aravind had suggested he was going to use his feet in the previous over. It's a good response from keeper and bowler. And a great piece of fielding from Pawan Saraf at backward point. Into the side today, Pawan Saraf, and he's impressed in the field.
Good bit of work that was. Diving away to his left.
Full and straight from Arif Sheikh. Spot on so far. And the pressure is very much building.
Building up the dot balls, isn't he? It's good. Doing a good job for his team. Arif Sheikh.
Run down to third man from Victor Aravind. Single. See how Roma Mustafa fares against Arif Sheikh. Third man and fine leg on the boundary. There's a man at square leg and at point, also on the rope. Ball to finish, just a one run from the over. Brilliant again from Arif Sheikh. It's building a bit of scoreboard pressure from that far end to where we are. 76 for 3 after 24, the UAE. You can see from those blue blocks, just the one big over where Mohammed Wasim looked to suddenly trying to whack it.
Swishing away, wasn't he? Got successful a couple of times, but didn't convince.
Stupendous Singhari around the wicket again to Victor Aravind. From
यो पनि मैले छोडे भने लेख्नलाई भेरेछु यो पनि आउँछ लेख्नुस् भन्दैन
controlled by Nepal's bowlers.
Yeah.
हैन तिनले राम्रो तरिकाले यस्तो हो गरे अब यार तपाईले कतै व्यवस्थापन गर्नुहुन्छ वार्डतिर के भन्ने हो
What do you reckon? What sort of score?
Yeah, well put. It does feel like it's a matter of survival. It's difficult to judge on this wicket. But we saw from Roma Mustafa himself the other day, if you get in and you're there at the end, it looked pretty easy going once he was settled. Outside edge. He breaks through. Sampal Kami. They get two. We've seen very low totals here at Dubai International Stadium. But you do think, as long as you leave yourself some wickets in hand and you've got batters settled by the end, there's runs to be had. But you said at the moment, it's just digging your heels in. It's hard to know what will be par on this.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it isn't an obvious par.
Can't say any of the batting sides have really covered themselves in glory, especially batting. So they've all felt like they've fallen way short of where they should be, but it's difficult to really judge where they should be.
So halfway through their overs, they're 80 for 3. Double it, then add a bit more, so maybe 220 would give them a fighting chance, you'd think. It's what we saw up the road from here, just over the other side of Dubai Sports City, at ICC Academy, at the start of this series of games that the UAE have had, back-to-back tri-series in the Cricket World Cup League 2. Yeah, scores of 220 odd were winning scores up the road, and potentially could be the case today, I think.
Yeah, it's probably the safest bet. Sheikh come round to Roa Mustafa, and we'll see the keeper come up, and we're going to see fine leg come up as well. Bit of an added risk with the keeper up to the stumps. It means that the mid-wicket comes more to square leg, and long on goes out onto the boundary.
Good cricket that from Mustafa. Low risk. Chip into a gap on the offside for one. Just keep that scoreboard ticking over. Clever player, we often say it, always say it, don't we, Barney, about Rohan Mustafa, whether it's bat or ball, he's always thinking.
There's no one at fine leg. Keeper up. Great fielding again. AOne Saraf has been excellent in there. Great athlete, AOne Saraf. There's no one fine leg. It's a backward square leg. Wonder if it might tempt Richard Aravind to paddle it round the corner. He's certainly someone who's capable of playing some inventive shots like that.
Yeah, he is, but feels like it'd be a risk at this stage. This is really good bowling actually from our Sheikh. Just gone for 4, halfway through his third over. Again, fantastic stuff. Such a versatile bowler. You said what a threat he was in Sharjah in totally different conditions to this. There's a little bit of nip in this wicket, and he's inducing just enough movement to be a real threat to these batters.
Yeah, beating the outside edge twice in succession there. And now Richard Aravind gets an inside edge. Pick up a single. Brilliant from Arif Sheikh.
Absolutely excellent bowling this has. Funny point it out. We feel like we just be doing it over. Try and eke out the quota as 6th bowler. He's looking like a real threat at the moment.
26. Roa Mustafa defends. Just 2 runs from the over. Very good break. Good. We were quite surprised that day. They thought they would go on and claim victory before they were bowled out for 120. Disappointing collapse from Nepal. Swept over the man. That was short fine leg at 45. And away for 4. Good shot from Richard Aravind.
Yeah, he clubbed it away well. A clean strike. You have a good angle on it here. So how close it went to the fielder. Just over his head. Perhaps that's a sign. What Barney was saying before. You don't want Nepal to dictate terms the whole time. You've got to hit back, and you might need to target a bowler, and Dipendra Singh Airi could be that guy.
पछिल्लो भाउचरै छैन यो पहिलो भाउचर हो यो किन भन्दा यो भाउचर भन्दै प्रदेशको भन्दै प्रदेश सरकार बोलेको अनि यहाँ बाहिरपट्टिसँग कुरा भनेर यसो फाइल बनाएर लेख्नु अब यसको चाहिँ फाइल फिट हुने भयो डेबिट क्रेडिट भयो हैन पछि अब किनमा
Four balls to go in this over. Roma Stafford on strike now. Slip in place. Turned beyond the man who's again very square on that leg side. Now pick up free. Good running.
That was good running. And it's been a good start to this over for UAE. 8 from the first 3 balls. It's been a lot more purpose in how Mustafa have gone about this.
Swept leg side. He's got it nice and fine. Well fielded. Aravind showing some real intent against Dipendra Singh Airi. 10 runs from that over.
Yeah, it's a good shot. He knows there's space out there behind square. It's well fielded too. It's a good throw. Comes in. 10 off that over from Dipendra Singh Airi. Puts captain Sandeep Lamachani in a bit of a quandary. Does he now take Dipendra Singh Airi out of the attack? And where are you going to get those extra overs from if he doesn't come back? Arif Sheikh at the other end might be providing the answer. He's doing a very good job. Well fielded by Airi. Gets a high five from his bowler.
It's full and wide. Mustafa only pick up a single. It's loose from Arif Sheikh. He got away with it.
Usually so. It's been right on the money the rest of the spell. Brings down.
Appeal, not out. Umpire suggesting it's a bit high. Aravind was back on his stumps.
Yeah, we felt from our angle before the last appeal they had against Aravind from this end was a little bit high. That's what the umpire intimated here. Probably a fair shout as well.
Yeah, he's on his tiptoes. Maybe his feet are even off the ground. And it's... I think he's up 5 at this. actually hit him. It's
Yeah.
well above the knee roll. I think it's above the pad.
Another good decision for the umpire.
Another good delivery. This one looping up into the leg side. Off the bat. Pick up a single. Brilliant spell this from Arif Sheikh. Really built pressure from that end. See, he's gone for just 7 with 1 ball left in his 4th over. Mustafa on strike on 9. And he'll move to 10. Moves to double figures. Mustafa, 95 for free after 28 overs. We mentioned Paul, would there be something that Nepal are looking to keep the UE under?
Well, under 120, given how they went the other day. I think it's a little bit daunting given the troubles they've had with the bat lately, Nepal. From this position, I just think they'll be able to play the new ball in particular for no reward. So all of these runs here are probably feeling a little bit like a dagger blow. But they did. Is continuing. I wonder if UAE will try and target another over of his here.
Yeah, if they'll be able to get him through to 5, that helps making up the overs essentially, doesn't it? So you can see Mustafa strike that, so just be able to see through that strike now. So this will be interesting to see how Aravind plays it. Got that sweep shot with Tapinder Singh Airi coming round the wicket. It's a good option because the line should always pretty much be there for the shot. Long off, long on, deep backward square leg and a man out at cover on the boundary. Slip comes out. You see Singh Airi trying to take it across Aravind so he can't get that sweep shot out. Batter looking to run it down to third man. Close to the outside edge. Nothing doing in the end. And this is good from Tapinder Singh Airi. Just needs to see this over out now. 1 run from it. Aravind on strike. Very good. Tapinder Singh Airi. 2 runs from the over. That might be the last we see of Tapinder Singh Airi.
Yeah, good comeback from him though, wasn't it? Having gone for 10 on his previous over. UAE 97 for 3. After 29 now. 21 overs left. I think they're looking at upwards above 220, 230.
See the overs left there. Bikram Sob has 6 that he can use up. Sampal Kami has 5. Karan KC has 4. Sandeep Lamachani will definitely bowl another 5. You have to think. And Arif Sheikh is coming into his 5th over now. Between him and Tapinder Singh Airi, they will have made up their 10 as a 5th bowler after this one. With 20 overs to go, we might start seeing Sandeep Lamachani and possibly some of the seamers. It's fair to say Bikram Sob was a little bit loose at the top. Maybe Arif Sheikh will start eating to some of Sob's overs.
Yeah, that's a good point. The more they can get out of Arif, the more options they have. And there's no reason why you would take him off at the moment. He's been brilliant.
Absolutely. And he starts with a dot here as well. And just one down the ground.
82
त्यो बाहेक हिजो बाहेक तपाईँको 3 होइन
3 नम्बर
3 अनि
4 5
6 अनि
39
Mustafa driving firmly into the offside. It's just one out to the rider.
50
Just thinking that about the UAE batting order. Mustafa's gone up today, up to number 5 on the back of some very good form he showed in the last game against PNG. Just thinking what that does to the middle to late order of the UAE team. Run out to the cover boundary by Richard Aravind. Another run to his score. He's gone to 22.
And UAE have gone to 100. 100 for free. 2 balls left in this 30th over. It does allow, with Ram Mustafa going up the order, to set a platform for the attacking players to come.
Yeah, extremely attacking now with Alishan Sharafu, who's a powerful young batter. Basil Hamid and Kashif Daud all in a row. That is shy at the stumps. Think Mustafa was safely home. Well backed by Dipendra Singh Airi. No damage done. Sandeep Lamachani, the fielder. Mustafa had to get his skates on. But he was comfortably home by the looks of things.
Four singles from this over, 1 ball to go. Dot ball to finish. 101 for free after 30. 120 deliveries remaining in this UAE innings. Runnable will be that 220 mark. And from here, with the batting, they'd want to go above that.
Yeah, I think you're right, Barney. I think they're probably, looking at the score at this stage of the innings, knowing they've got 20 left, I think UAE might be feeling quite good about themselves, actually. With Sharafu, Hamid and Kashif to come, that is a powerhouse middle order.
And you can see a new name at the bottom of that Nepal set of bowlers. Pawan Saraf will bowl his offies. Interesting move here from Sandeep Lamachani. Dipendra Singh Airi comes out of the attack. Thought he would have done. I was expecting maybe a bit of seam, but no, we're going to see Pawan Saraf.
अफ्रिका महादेशको सबैभन्दा गहिरो भूभाग कुन हो अफ्रिका महादेशको नजानेको केही छैन यार यस्तो अफिसर नभरेर मलाई पछि त लाग्यो
Round the wicket to Ram Mustafa. Good start. Pawan Saraf. He's taller
के को
than the other spin options.
एसियाको
As you'll see there, he's got a bit of extra bounce out of the pitch. Very good start from Saraf. Round the wicket again. And another dot ball. Good start. Flighted in that delivery. Just a single down the ground. Saraf's 4th ODI today. He's played 3 of them in Dubai. Made his debut at ICC Academy January 2019. Played a couple of games on that tour.
यो काम कहिले नसकिने क्या काम एउटा
Started well here.
अर्को काम अर्को पेन्डिङमा छ
Arvin now on strike. 22 from 41.
पदस्थापन भएका छन् नि अधिकृत उयोहरू यिनीहरूले यो पिचको तलब चाहिँ कहाँबाट खान्छन् जस्तै हाम्रो
Another single.
मन्त्रालयले खुवाउँछ नि त
हाजिर प्रमाण गरेर निस्कनु पर्यो नि मन्त्रालय भनेर सामान्य प्रशासन मन्त्रालयबाट यिनीहरूले उहाँ हाजिर प्रमाणित गर्छन् त्यसो तालिमको समयमा बस्छन् हैन
तालिम पनि अहिलेकालाई त ठग्यो है 6 महिना भन्थ्यो कि होइन चाहिँ के हो
पहिला पहिला खालि पाए अहिलेका के हो भन्दा यही चुनावको बेला जहाँ चाहिँ स्थानीय तह खाली कर्मचारी कम भयो भनेर हल्ला हल्ला बढी भयो
So I've only bowled 12 deliveries in his 3 previous ODIs.
बडो फर्मालिटी कुरा नि अनि पठाइदियो
A couple of T20 international wickets. None in ODI cricket thus far. 4 runs from his first over. 105 for 3 the UAE. His partnership worth 30. Just gently ticking things along.
Yeah, it's been good actually by these two. Looked far more in control than the previous batters to that point. Even if Wazim and Chirag Suri did share a half-century partnership for the first wicket, wasn't overly convincing, but these two have played it well so far. No undue risks. Yeah, scoring's been easy enough.
Arif Sheikh, of 5 overs, none for 12 so far. Not been too easy to score off him, it must be said. Barister again, just a interesting. Irie, sorry, backward point now. Very sharp across the ground. It's lightning. Dot ball to start. Are we still a little way away from these two putting the foot down a bit, Paul? Well, we won't see Richard Arvin put his foot down. He's had his off-stump peg back, and Arif Sheikh has a very much deserved wicket. He's been frugal, and now he's removed Richard Arvin for 24, pushing forward. You miss, I hit.
Oh, it's missed on the outside edge actually. Did a bit. Just speculating whether they're going to put their foot down, but it's been pretty tricky against Sheikh, who's doing a great job for his team. And as Barney said there, that's due reward. He's been frugal. Now he's got a wicket to go with it, and a prize wicket too of Richard Arvin for 24 from 45 deliveries. UAE 105 for 4, and that puts a different complexion on things. And they've actually sent Basil Hamid in next, so we await the arrival of Alishan Sharafu. Basil Hamid has been in the runs lately. He's got a job to do for his team here. They're going to hoist UAE up above 200.
Very good ball from Arif Sheikh. You've got to be pretty good to beat Richard Arvind on the outside edge and take his off stump. And that was very good from Arif Sheikh. So yeah, we've mentioned previously, UAE's batting order is always pretty fluid, proving that today as well. Basil Hamid, by him coming in, he'll be productive and he'll be busy, but it then allows Kashif Daud and Alishan Sharafu to bring a bit of power and hopefully a bit of a licence if Basil Hamid and Roma Mustafa can tick them along now. It's probably a good move. Is that Phil?
Yeah, well, he's been in the runs, yeah. He also, his mode of scoring, he still hits and plays very straight. So even though he's got a good strike rate, tends to be without a huge amount of risk.
Very good again from Dipendra Singh Irie, a backward point. He's having a substitute fielder, Asif Sheikh, run over to him, say well fielded. And everything's lifted a bit from Nepal, the fall of that wicket. The fielders are a lot noisier, they seem really engaged at the moment. And a handful of fans got a bit rowdy as well after that piece of fielding. Rohan Mustafa has another job on his hands. Arif Sheikh round the wicket to the left-handed. UAE batter, he gets through. Paran Saraf has been brilliant in the field today. He smacks the ground with his right hand. He sets clearly very high standards for himself and should have cut that off. Instead, Rohan Mustafa picks up 2. Just as the UAE was showing signs of getting nicely settled and looking pleased with themselves for the back end of this innings, they lose a wicket.
Yeah, we were speculating literally as the ball went down, weren't we, Barney? But if they start to put the hammer down, that ended the debate.
Again, they have to reset. This has been a constant thing with the UAE recently. They start settling, lose wickets, and they just have to go again. Bar that record score we saw in Sharjah, there have been quite clear failures with the bat, but Rohan Mustafa in the last couple of games hasn't failed at all. He's delivered here, leg side from Arif Sheikh, and he helped it round the corner. Pretty effortless 6.
Yeah, we saw this shot towards the end of his innings the other day of 88 against Papua New Guinea. Sheikh has just dropped short. Well, it's effortless, like you said, Barney. Just helped it on its way, all the way over the rope. Overly short, actually. Just back of the length. Picked up. Photographer stood up.
Yeah, it was just a bit leg side. I think that was more the line that allowed Rohan Mustafa to help it on its way. And he's 23 from 28 now, Rohan Mustafa. You can tell, I feel, that he's a man on the back of a very good knock. He got himself in on that day. It feels like he's got himself into form with that innings.
Very, very true, Barney. He looks confident, doesn't he? He looks confident at the wicket. I don't think that was the case for a little while until that point of that innings.
Yeah. Player of the match with a very slow 40 against Nepal, where we thought the bowlers would have ended up taking that giant trophy home with them. But the cautious approach helped him then into the next game, and he showed some real signs of freedom at the end of that innings. A wonderful, wonderful knock from Rohan Mustafa against Papua New Guinea. And now you can see in his scoring rate, 23 from 28, it seems like he's found his gear again.
Yeah, I wonder if that being awarded the Player of the Match trophy for his batting, when, to be honest, it was a surprise to us that was the decision. I wonder if the recognition of that was also a pick-me-up for him. Obviously, the time he spent at the crease in that innings of 40 against Nepal was good too. Just the way the last innings panned out, nature it, backs to the wall, fighting knock. I think he might have refound his batting mojo by the looks of things.
Yep, added confidence also by bumping him up the order, sending him in at 5 today. Just feels like things are going his way again for Mustafa with the bat, and that is a very welcome sight. He's looked a bit out of sorts recently with the bat. His bowling has certainly overtaken his batting in this UAE side. It's nice to see. Basil Hamid was turning that down to fine leg for 1.
मलाई त यस्तो नेपालको भनेपछि हेर्न मन लाग्छ जे पनि
At which point should Lamichani be thinking of bringing himself back?
नेपालको
Do you
अरू
reckon,
देशसँग
Barney?
सामान्य नै
There's
हेर्नु
two. Well, Basil Hamid's new batter here. It can be dangerous. Should Lamichani be having a shot with himself at him early in his innings?
A good time to get the breaks back on Ram Mustafa as well. I think it would be a good time to bring him back now. If he can get Ram Mustafa. The complexion of the game changes again. Ram Mustafa saying too easy, easy. Basil Hamid took the first one fairly easy, and it was just 1. 33 overs have been bowled, 118 for 4, the UAE. Yeah, it does feel like it's a good time for Sandeep Lamichani to come on, but he's not handing over the cap. He's taking the cap of Arif Sheikh, who's going to continue. Wondered whether Ram Mustafa's 6 off the final ball might have been a signal that maybe 1 over too many. That is always a concern when you're bowling with your 5th bowlers that you're making up overs with. Just whether you end up bowling 1 too many. It's been brilliant so far, Arif Sheikh, so that's 6 aside.
स्वतन्त्र रूपमा सैनिक गर्छौं भन्ने त्यसै गर्दिए त नेटोमा सामेल हुँदैनौ नभई भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ उले मान्नु भनेको चाहिँ उसको
fairly safe. 1 for 22 from 6.
उसले आफूलाई सुरक्षा थ्रेट हुने हो नि त
उले आफैमा विचार गर्नुपर्ने कि भोलि यो खतरा हुन्छ यो खतरा छ किनभने नेटो सैनिक त युक्रेनमा पुगेपछि त रसिया घेरिहाल्छ नि उसको लागि पनि त खतरा छ नि त फेरि पुटिन बाटो छ नै हो पुटिन मात्रमा अहिलेको अवस्था हेर्यो भने त शक्तिशाली नेता नै पुटिन हुन पर्ने बाइडेन छैन के हैन नि तर सैन्य शक्तिमा फेरि नेटो बढेको छ कि
धेरै देशहरू छन्
चिजोडा युरोप पुरै छ अनि अमेरिकन कन्ट्री अमेरिका र क्यानाडा दुईटा भयो जम्मै छन् नै भित्र यहाँको यो पनि रचना एउटा नेटो भनेर लागेको.
Nicely played from Basil Hamid. Right up on his toes and punching straight and punching for 4. Brilliant piece of timing and excellent placement. Lovely looking shot from Basil Hamid.
Back foot, both feet on his toes. Punching it off for 4. That was an excellent shot. Sandeep Lamichani chasing. It was just going away from him all the time.
The shot from Basil Hamid. It's on the front foot this time. He nearly got through again. I think he will feel like he should have got through there. Either side of Param Saraf were extra, and that was another 4. It does feel like 1 too many overs for Arif Sheikh. 2 balls left. Nearly proved me wrong immediately. But Bandari has worn that. Gone through for a bang. Bandari's left hand, I think, seemed to take that on the wrist. Not painful. Nearly snuck one through there. 1 ball left in the 34th over. Mustafa pushing forward, defending, no run. 5 runs from the bat, 6 in total with that leg bye from previous over. See that again with Basil Hamid. Almost bowled, could have been stumped.
16 overs left for UAE. 124 for 4.
And we're going to see Sandeep Lamachani.
30 लाख कस्तो 2 लाख भन्दा पहिलेको न्यू हेर्नु चाहिँ तपाईले
यो अहिले हाम्रो चाहिँ 2 करोड होइन
We said earlier, his overs are precious.
तर 2 दिनमा खाइदिन्छ कि युक्रेन जस्तो लागेको थियो सकेन
Feel like he's fairly sparingly used at times. They need to
14 दिन भन्नु
hold him back from key passages of play rather than give him a
ल्याएर
prolonged go of things.
यही हेरौँ न
5 overs earlier, 1 for 13. He was brilliant. Into Basil Hamid. Nicely played. Dot ball to start.
त्यत्रो आक्रमण गर्दा त्यत्रोबाट दुनियाले नाकाबन्दी लगाएको छ एउटा कुरा अर्को कुरा जम्मै भएरको सबै अब उहाँको त सबै ठप्प भयो हैन कामै युद्ध मात्रै छ नि सबै ठप्प छ युद्ध मात्रै छ आफै पनि त लत्ते लाग्यो हाम्रो यहाँ त्यसै असर गरेको छैन कति महँगो हाकियो चिनी पेट्रोलहरु यहाँ त असर गरेछ मेन पेट्रोलको खाने रुसिया हो पेट्रोल युरोपमा चाहिँ
Early this morning we had a tea brought into the commentary box, and ever since then I've been regretting saying I wanted one at 12. Should have been 10 or 11 as I went for.
I thought you meant 12 minutes.
Almost carried back to Lamachani. Basil Hamid, the batter, knows a thing or two about court and bowls at the moment. He nearly chipped that back to the bowler.
यो सूर्यमुखी खेती गर्नको चाहिँ के गाउँतिर खेती बाजेर
10 करोड 63 लाख 50,000
हार्ने भयो यार आज नि
यसमा चाहिँ 10 63
Very close. The second time today, Sandeep Lamachani having the tips of his fingers stung. Be a single to finish. No, one more. Getting ahead of myself. Mustafa will come on strike to face the final ball of the over. 26 from 33. Mustafa. Not out. And you could tell from the way Roma Mustafa played that, he did not have a read on that delivery from Lamachani. 1 run from the Nepal captains. 6th over. See that final ball again. Beating all ends up there. 125 for 4, the UAE. 35 overs gone, 15 to go. Total of 90 deliveries. I want to get above 220 and beyond if possible. So the players have a quick drink now. Mustafa 26 not out, Basil Hamid on 8. UAE 54, Chirag Suri and Mohamed Wasim put on for the opening partnership. They looked pretty scratchy throughout. Victor Aravind is a bit more fluent, but eventually departed for 24. Well, here's when CP had a very short stay at the crease. Mustafa and Basil Hamid, the 2 men there now. Ashan Sharafu, Kashif Dowd, showing there's still plenty of batting to come. Nepal's bowlers, 7 used in total. Arif Sheikh, Dipendra Singh Irie, Sandeep Lamachani and Karan KC all chipping in with wickets. And 15 to go. There's plenty of options to be used still by Nepal. UAE 125 for 4. We'll soon see how many they can get up to in this first innings. Have a quick drink and then we'll be back for the remainder of this innings.